Hello, welcome to Babgrade TV. If you are new here, please subscribe and turn on the notification so you don't miss our next video. Biography of Ahmadu Bello. If you are talking about prominent Nigerian leaders to ever grace the face of this planet and you don't mention Sir Alhaji Ahmadu Bello, then you haven't done justice to the history of Nigeria. Sir Ahmadu Bello, Knight of the British Empire, KBE, June 12, 1909 to January 15, 1966, was the first and only premier of northern Nigeria, and he was the Sardana of Sokoto. Together with his contemporary Tafawa Balewa, they fought for the independence, and he was active in the politics of Nigeria starting from the colonial era. Ahmadu Bello was the leader of the Northern People's Congress and a prominent figure in the First Republic. He was born to the family of Malam Ibrahim Bello, a descendant of Usman Dan Fodio. Ahmadu Bello, who was born in 1909, was a great-grandson of Sultan Muhammad Bello and a grandson of Sultan Atiku Naraba. Little wonder he was a prominent figure in the north. Influence ran in his blood. Ahmadu Bello attended Sokoto Provincial School and the Katsina Training College. He was known as Ahmadu Rahman during his school days. He finished school in the early 30s and became an English teacher in Sokoto Middle School. Having taken up a career as a teacher, Bello opted for higher responsibility, which was serving the people. And in 1934, he was made district head of Raba by Sultan Hassan Damwazu, taken after his brother. 4 years later, he became a member of the Sultan's Council as soon as he was promoted to the position of divisional head of Gusau. At the age of 28 of that same year, he made attempts to become the Sultan of Sokoto, but lost to Sir Siddiq Abubakar III, who reigned for 50 years until 1988. Sir Siddiq Abubakar was fond of Bello, and he immediately made him the Sardana of Sokoto, which means the Crown Prince, and he was promoted to the Sokoto Native Authority. Ahmadu Bello spent few years as an administrator in the Sokoto Native Authority and began to develop interest in politics. And in 1948, he joined the Jamiya Mutane Arewa, which later became the Northern People's Congress in the early 50s. He soon got a scholarship to England to further his studies in local government administration. Upon his return to Nigeria, he was nominated to represent his province, Sokoto, in the Regional House of Assembly. You know what is said about choosing the enlightened to protect the interests of the people at that level of governance, right? That was clearly the case. Bello did not fail his people. He became the voice of the people and embraced a style of consultation with the major representatives of the Northern Emirates, namely Kano, Borno, and Sokoto. There was a need to redraft Richard's constitution, creating a need for representatives from each region. For Bello's notable leadership, he was nominated as part of the committee that had a general conference in Ibadan. Being part of that committee made him a symbol of pride in the northern Nigeria. I was asked to take up the leadership of Jamiya Mutana Arewa in its first elections held in 1952. Ahmadu Bello won a seat in the region's House of Assembly, and shortly after, he was made Minister of Works. Sir Ahmadu Bello was not like others who gone for selfish interest. Through his office as Minister of Works, he performed greatly by bringing development to his region. With his proven records of achievement, it was crystal clear that Bello was headed for a greater path, and in 1954, he became the first and the only premier of northern Nigeria, like Dr. Azikiwe and others. He was interested in having a self-governed country. Being educated, he understood the importance of freedom, and in 1959, his MPC forged an alliance with Zik's NCNC to form the country's first indigenous federal government, after leading MPC to win plurality of the parliament seats. Sir Bello was satisfied with attaining independence for the country alongside others in 1960, and once again displayed his selflessness by remaining the premier instead of taking up the prime minister's position. He chose his deputy president in the MPC, Tafawa Balewa, as prime minister. Bello was polygamous as he had 3 wives. He had 3 daughters. It was under his reign that Northern Nigeria Development Corporation (NNDC), Bank of the North, and the Northern Nigeria Investment Limited (NNIL) were created. Having gone abroad to study, he knew the importance of schooling, and he made sure he built a school in each province of northern Nigeria. Sir Ahmadu Bello modernized northern Nigeria and also brought unity to the region. He was murdered in the first school in the country on 15th of January 1966 alongside his friend Tafawa Balewa and other prominent politicians from the north and west. The university in Zaria is named after him, and his portrait is displayed on the country's 200 naira note. What's your take on Bello's contribution to Nigerian politics? Let's know in the comment section. Will it be ridiculous to subscribe to our channel? If no, please like this video, share and subscribe to our channel.